Hi everyone, and welcome to Mental Monday, your Q&A series to start the week, brought to you by Stay Swimming. For those who don't know, I'm Jake Symons. I'm team lead here at Stay Swimming, although I'm the only person that's here at the moment. We don't have a team. We did have a team fell apart, so we don't actually have a team at the moment. So anyway, before we start off, just run through how this works. We're on Instagram and YouTube Live at the moment, so I will be flitting about between the comments on both of them. And yeah, so anyway, glad you're all here. Right. Sorry about that, we just had a technical interruption there. So anyway, glad you're all here. Thanks for coming, and from now on, we will start the Q&A. Quick note, these are going to be shorter than the hour. It's the holiday season and there is a lot of content to get on the website. So these will be shorter than the hour. Therefore, we will make sure that everything is done. And Instagram is not working at the moment, so I am just going to fix that. While I'm fixing that, if you are on YouTube, feel free to get your questions in. All the questions are beneficial. We listen to all questions and we answer all questions. When I say we're shorter, we'll go on for as many questions there are, but we won't continue if there are no questions. So let me just work out what the problem is on Instagram. Once again, YouTube viewers, I am sorry for the technical interruption. We really need music during this period. I'll see if I can get some for next time. So we are back live on Instagram. We are again live on YouTube. So I'll be with you for until maybe 7:30. Depends on how many questions. Honest, I do have a set script of what to say, so I'll get through that, and then we will get it sorted, and we'll see what happens. You never know; people might join. So the post of the week, which is a guide to tell friends how to keep things normal, is not out yet. That's because it's a difficult subject to do. We need to be very careful how we write it because we don't want to imply that people should or should not be doing anything. So that's why at the moment the post is still under development. It is basically talking about how, as a friend, you should try and keep the normality in your friendship and don't wrap the person up in cotton wool. I believe that's a phrase I used during that. But before we imply anything socially suggestive, we need to, my first post rather, which was supporting the hashtag Our Twice campaign launched by Time to Change last month, I believe. Although that might be wrong, I will have to check that. I'm also doing guest posting on mental health now. It's another big announcement. Mind at the moment, although I haven't heard back from them, so I'll see where that goes. I might send a few follow-ups, see if I can get that moving on that. But yes, looking forward to it. A lot of opportunity, a lot of places to actually give that content. So we'll see where that gets up. But the reason for guest posting is, one, you get to speak to a new audience, and two, because you get to link back to the website so people can come back, which helps in two ways. Firstly, you guys, if you've never ever seen this channel before, so I don't know why I'm talking to you directly now, have a chance to see it, have a chance to see my content, and hopefully feel better from it, because that is the idea, the entire reason of the blog. as I keep saying, is to make you feel better. So that's the idea. We also get more people in their audience. So instead of just me talking to my own audience, I get to go and help another one, which is also good. It's, again, a privilege to be able to write content which is accepted onto these websites. So it's not going to happen straight away, but it will do in time, and I am getting the ball rolling on that. There has been no updates on social media. As I said before, we don't actually have a team at the moment. It is just me. However, I can't change the post setup. So there'll be posts from the team and posts from me, but at the moment I'm writing all of the content. So that is why it's been a slow start on social media, but there is a slow developing CMS, content marketing strategy, which will be launched on social media probably towards the end of the month at the moment. I think after the Christmas festivities has died down, we will then launch that, and that will be beneficial. It will drive through engagement to the website. People will be able to come, and you guys will see a lot more content around. I mean, the content won't just be come to our website. It will be stuff to help you. I have a few ideas of what I could do for that. I'm not going to say anything now, and so don't ask me in the comments. Talking of comments, we have not had a single comment. You guys are quiet today. I have checked. We are live. So, guys, if you can't comment for some reason, tweet us at Stay Swimming, or at Stay Swim, rather, not at Stay Swimming. That's someone completely different to us. It's annoying when lots of people have the same name as me, my website. So, once again, any questions, mental health related, writing related, I am a professional writer here from jakesymons.com. So if you want to ask me any writing questions, feel free to do so. Mental health questions, anything you want really. Just as long as you get those in, otherwise we will cut the stream short, because there is no point in me talking to myself here, which is what I'm currently doing at the moment. So, okay, so I'll just give you some more announcements. I'll run through the announcements and then see where we're at with the questions. Another announcement is the darkness. This is the big one. This is what a lot of people, hopefully, have been waiting for. And I believe this is going to have a big launch. And it's going to be on Wattpad. And the idea is that the actual story follows two siblings, brother and sister, I believe, who both suffer from mental health, and it's following their journey. The story will be released on Wattpad, although I do want to write the vast majority of it before I launch it onto Wattpad, so that if I cannot write for any reason, it can still be updated weekly and consistently. So it's very important. It is based, when I say it's based on true life, it's a fictional representation of what could happen. So everything in the book is possible and has and probably will happen. It's not based on any one individual or anyone that it has happened to. It's just based on a collective idea of what could happen. So in essence, it is kind of based on what is around my own journey, those who I know, for instance, and it will be following that journey. So, a lot of content to create, a lot of stuff going on over Christmas. We have, for instance, the YouTube Live on Christmas Eve. We also have a YouTube Live on New Year's Eve. We'll probably do a few. There'll probably be a lot of content over Christmas. And on the subject of Christmas, it is technically December now, everywhere in the world. So it gives me a bit of freedom to now talk about that month, specifically Christmas. And it's Christmas, so we should all be happy and celebrating the season and lobbing out the beers and the roast turkeys and putting up the decorations. But no one's commented yet on that. Okay. But Christmas isn't always a good thing. And I say that, and people are going to put in the comments, what, he hates Christmas? What a Scrooge. Now, it's nothing against Christmas. I love Christmas, as you can see. Decorations are up mid-November. I am a Christmas swipe born and bred, and I take Christmas very seriously, more so than many others. But one of the things it is it's stressful. And for those with mental health, Christmas is not always a good thing. You may feel extra pressure to talk to your family, as we all normally have to suffer the in-laws on Christmas, and anyone else who we haven't seen in a while and didn't intend to see them until the next wedding or funeral. But Christmas is a stressful time, and it's a difficult time. Some people don't like the fact that Christmas signifies New Year, and New Year is just a week after Christmas, and how that's another year gone by. And you may feel like you haven't achieved anything. It may make you just feel depressed. Or seasonal depression, for instance, which is where you feel low because the lights are drawing in and it's getting darker and the light intensity has gone down, and it's just a miserable atmosphere. It's not a winter wonderland for all. So we will do a few Christmas themes posts, perhaps, maybe not. I'm not sure. I want to make content generalizable so it can be used all year round, but then again, it's Christmas and we should engage in the festive cheer where possible. Once again, I am sorry. I have no idea why the camera is pulsating behind me on Instagram. It does not appear to be doing so on YouTube, but on Instagram, it is flashing. I don't know if everyone can see that. That is interference on the camera. There is no flashing happening in the room. So, what is going to happen next? Well, we've been on air for 13 minutes now, and we haven't had a comment. We will keep going for a bit longer, but when we hit 20 minutes and we still haven't had any comments, that might be the time when I consider it a wrap, as there is a lot of content to go on to the website. And as you know, the whole social media strategy needs to be finished, and we need to start getting some posts. I'm not sure how many posts I'm going to do, but I don't want to spread the word and try and increase engagement until we've got a firm stronghold of posts. We need a firm foundation of posts before we can start launching any kind of strategy. So we'll definitely be looking to do that. So, anyone got anything to say? I mean, these sorts of things are intimidating, aren't they? Because some guy you've never met before is sitting on the other side of the screen asking you about your mental health, and you have to declare so publicly in the chat. And that's not how the stream works, but that's how most interpret these kind of streams. But it's not the case, though. We don't want you to give us your life story in the chat. I mean, if you have some bit of that you want to share with others, then feel free to share it. What the comments on here aren't just for you to talk to me, they're for you to talk to each other as well. So if you have something inspiring for someone else, then by all means talk to them. Share that in the comments. we're creating a community here. So that's just not me and you. That's all of us together. So if you want to help someone, then go ahead. I mean, as one of my posts said, I can't help everyone, but you can help someone. And if everyone helps someone, then everyone would be helped. I mean, it's what we're trying to do. We're all trying to help you. And mental health is something you need help with, whether we want to admit so or not. It is not something we can solve by ourselves. True, there is an independent element of it, and some things you need to conquer by yourself, and you cannot be rushed into it by other people. But actually solving them needs other people. And we're not just talking your counselor or your therapist here. We're talking friends, families, social networks. And for those who are actually put off by that phrase because you think, oh, that means I have to talk to people and you'd rather go and die than talk to people. I myself feel like that sometimes, but I've put myself in front of this camera against my better judgment every week and talk to you guys because I want to help you. So regardless of my personal feelings of talking in front of people, I still will do it because if I have the message that I feel needs to be shared and I have the opportunity to do so. So I just manage my personal feelings and get on and do that. And I think that's very important, that you have to sometimes do things you're uncomfortable with to make you better. So telling someone, for instance, is often the hardest thing you can do. The first conversation you have about your mental health. And what we're trying to do as a site, and what we're trying to do by holding these YouTube lives, holding these Instagram lives, is showing you that it's okay and you don't have to worry about telling someone. You just need to find someone you trust and tell them. And one of my guest posts is actually about how writing things down can help you that. It's kind of twined into another post. I did the post on how writing's helped my own mental health. And then I have gone on to a subsection of how writing things down can help. And I'm thinking, having just said what I've said, because this is completely unscripted, I just pick these things up off the spot. So I think I'm going to split that into two posts, actually. So we have how writing out my own mental health as the first one, and then as the second one, we'll talk about how it's always good to write things down before you tell someone. And I think that's also something very important, which you can do. And so, once again, this is only going to be a shorter Q&A. And we have about a minute left. And there hasn't been any comments, unfortunately. So, we'll be back again next Monday, as we always are. We will be here every Monday, regardless of what the day is. Every Monday, 7 p.m, we'll be on air discussing mental health, talking about how it can help you. And that is one of the important things, that mental health is something, it's an ongoing journey. So we'll be ongoing through that. We'll be helping you consistently through that. We'll be here every Monday. We will be posting on social media. We'll be writing blog posts. The whole team, when I eventually get a team, will be helping you with your mental health. And that's an important thing. And if you leave comments and if you tell us how we can help you better, that's best for us, because then we can see how we can help you. And if we can see how we can help you, then it makes the site better for all of us. So, once again, thank you all for watching. I've been Jake Symons, team lead here at Stay Swimming, also the founder of Stay Swimming and the only member of it at the moment. So if you want to know more about me, if you go to stayswim.wordpress.com or if you visit jakesymons.com, that's SYMONS.com, I will be able to, there's contact forms on those pages. You can read some about me pages, some blog posts. I share a couple of short stories here and there. There is a lot of content that goes on to those sites. And it's the content that matters. It's the content that counts. And that's why I just don't really promote the site as much as I should. Because at the moment, I'm focusing on content and making the content beneficial. Because there's nothing to promote if there's no content. That's why the views are down. That's why you don't see many activity and shares on the pages. But with time, hopefully, the content will get noticed. And we'll obviously put in content marketing strategies and social media strategies and all the rest of the jazz, which is good to give our website a boost. But until that time, unfortunately, at the moment, we are just creating content, writing, publishing, and repeating until such time as we have enough content that I feel is able to market that to the world. So once again, it has been a pleasure and an honor being here. It's always a privilege to talk in front of you. It's always going to be a privilege for me. I say that every time, and it is. For people to actually listen to what I have to say, for people to say that I help them, that's good for me. That helps me. I want to help people. I've always wanted to help people. You guys always will come first. The community of swimmers I have with me. Yes, I probably need to explain that, don't I? Before I get into the rest of the speech about how you guys are so amazing, I probably need to tell you that we've rebranded followers as swimmers. So Stay Swimming, swimming through mental health. You are a swimmer if you're struggling with mental health effectively. And then you are a lifeguard if you are helping someone with mental health. So 2 new terms. I'll do a blog post about it. But basically, you're a swimmer if you're swimming through your mental health, and you're a lifeguard if you're helping someone with mental health. It's just part of rebranding an image, and it's something weird and crazy. I mean, it saves me saying the person with mental health or the person helping with mental health or really long, lengthy expressions like that, which don't actually have. They're just reminding you you've got mental health. I mean, if you're suffering with mental health, we might as well make it fun for you, right? We're trying to make your journey as easy as possible. So join me in the swimmers or the lifeguards, depending on what side of the fence you are. I would say I'm just kind of sitting on the edge of the pool watching and throwing the occasional comment out. The amount of metaphors I can come up with Stay Swimming, I probably need to do a list. I don't think I'll run out. There are a lot of pool metaphors I can come up with. So, lifeguards and swimmers, 2 new terms, a new blog post coming about them. The blog post of last week, which will be coming this week, and therefore the blog post of this week will probably come this weekend rather than midweek. The blog post for this week is more kind of admin posts about how the site works. A Mental Monday page is an admin week, and we'll do a we're going to be constructing a way to get help, and we're going to try and make it as international as possible. But obviously not every country has good mental health, so I'm not going to name countries without doing my proper research on that. But I would say if you're a British citizen and you're in, say, North Korea, getting mental health help might be slightly difficult. And it will be difficult in a lot of countries because even in this country, mental health is difficult to access. There are long waiting lists, which is still a problem, and there are a lot of referral procedures, and That's good because it screens people out and it provides the limited resources to those who need it. I think often we sometimes think, oh, long waiting lists, oh, all these procedures and hoops you have to jump through. But in the end, it's for your benefit because if you really need those resources, they can be provided to you. Otherwise, if they didn't have that, then everyone would get the resources and it'd be first come, first served rather than most need. And I think that most need is better because then the people who need it get help and the people who can manage with, say, less resources can do so. Not everyone needs the most resources. And so something to remember. Back to the original point, then swimmers and lifeguards, they're the new terms for the site. And my swimmers, you guys are all amazing, but I need you to talk a bit more so I can direct the content which will help you. I'm not pressuring you to talk about my job. You could even just say hi in the comments. I mean, that's 2 letters. Everyone can touch, dash type 2 letters, unless they have some disability why they can't. You'll notice I often say little things like that, add those kind of things on, and that's just to be as inclusive as possible. Because we have to be inclusive, because being inclusive is good. We have all sorts of members in our community, and they're all welcome the same here. And I think we've got a culture of where it doesn't matter. I mean, as long as someone had something good to say, and the only condition is that the content helps someone, I would have no problem with who I put in front of these cameras. So if you want to request to be in my Instagram stream, as long as you've got something you can say that will help people, that's it. I wouldn't have any other objections with you being in front of the cameras. So feel free to do that. Consider that. We are accepting guest posting opportunities as well. They are not advertised on the site because I want people to contact me directly with them. But just for the exclusive benefit of the listeners watching now, is that if you want to guest post on the site and you have something you want to share, you can share it on the site. We will publish it if it's good. We may edit and change your content so it fits in with our site better. But we will always confirm with you and we will take you through the process of building that site, building the post for the site, and that will be beneficial for everyone. So once again, I've been Jake Symons, and thank you for being here for this half an hour. I know it's slightly shorter than the Mental Mondays we normally have, but it's a real honour to be able to help people. And if I have the ability to help people, and a lot of people have come to me and said I've helped them, so if I've had that ability to help people, I want to share it with the world, preferably. Obviously, I'm not going to reach your 7.8 billion people, but I'm going to get as many of them as I can. So once again, thank you very much for coming and watching the slightly shorter version. They will be shorter during the holiday season, so until the second Monday in January, they will be shorter, although we could do extended Christmas editions if there were lots of people. We may do one on Christmas Day. Possibility, not a definite. But it's a real honour, again, being here. And I want to thank you all for coming very much. I've been Jake Symons, and you have been watching the Stay Swimming live stream from stayswimming.wordpress.com.